Danny Green? Okay. Danny Green, okay. Los Angeles.
Hey, Dave.
Well, LeBron James is closing in on the top 3 all-time list in scoring. LeBron said it's an honor, but he added, scoring has never been on my list of goals. Facilitating, rebounding, defending, getting blocked shots and things of that nature always ranked above them. Kevin, he has filled up the box score for a long time.
He can impact the game in so many ways. D.A., thank you. And now the Lakers starting group. Green and Rondo in the backcourt. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. And it's LeBron in at the 3. On for the Clippers. The 2 stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. And Harrell's in at the center position.
Tremendous amount of excitement around the Clippers right now, and why not? 2 elite players that can play both sides of the floor. They were already talented and scrappy. You just wonder if this group, with some of the additions and subtractions, can come together in the same way that last year's group showed the type of cohesion that a team that wants to perform at elite levels needs to do.
And stolen by James. Here's Kuzma. No good that time. And the Clippers will come the other way. Here's George. That one misses. LeBron with some nice D. And Brent, over the last few years, the Clippers have had to replace true stars.
It's pretty amazing with Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan, and Blake Griffin not being in Clipper uniforms, how the organization has turned it around in such a short span to have the opportunity that it has in front of them now to go further than what those 3 guys provided for so many years in Los Angeles.
Williams shot is off.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
The combination of power and finesse just is automatic when LeBron gets down low, one of the most efficient paint players in the game.
And so the Los Angeles Lakers get the first points of the ballgame. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Interesting to see the rebirth of the Clippers, or actually maybe the actual birth of the Clippers, having Kawhi Leonard join this team along with Paul George, convincing him to come to town and to start maybe something special. And it's pretty immediate, the impact that these 2 are going to make on the floor, especially on the defensive end.
Shoot 2.
PG-13. Why Leonard? PG-13 again. PG-13.
The first one falls. And Kawhi, with all the strings he pulled to get here, Brent, he's already a Clippers legend.
Yeah, it's kind of funny to say that, but a 3-time All-NBA performer. Remember, in 2011-12 was on the All-Rookie team, a 2-time Finals MVP. Kawhi Leonard's resume is just absolutely astounding for a player who's still growing. And the fact that him, at 28 years old, joining the Clippers along with Paul George, a lot of high expectations for the franchise now.
Now here's James.
I'm now going to start playing NBA.
Here's Davis. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
That's just such good touch. I mean, with that length, Kevin, once he turns, he's got a shooting window that feels wide open.
1-4.
Here's Leonard. And it goes out of bounds.
What the heck?
Off Kuzma.
You just like, I got it. Ugh, I don't want it. What was that, dude? Okay. Los Angeles Lakers versus the Clippers.
Off the inbound.
No.
Harrell kicks to George.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an over for the first 5 here to start the game.
Offside Rondo. Fades away. They get it again. Here's Davis. ID that time from Harrell.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
You got to do your best to root and push and shove Kawhi Leonard outside of the paint. He's just too strong and too skilled on the inside, and then he starts to get comfortable.
James. Off the mark at the outside.
Missed, buddy.
Well, that mid-range Jay usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
George looking around. Pass to Harrell. And Davis sends it back.
Nice
Love that
block.
D from Davis.
Anthony
Rises up and
Davis,
swats
AD
that shot away.
Really good at blocking.
George
Boy,
against
block with
LeBron.
Blake Griffin.
Passes to Kuzma. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Clock at 4.
Hurry up and chill, LeBron.
Here's the 3. And the Lakers with another miss. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers. Outside
better?
Williams.
Los Angeles or
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. LeBron with the block.
LeBron using his length that time perfectly. When he's in the area, you can't throw up anything lazy.
And they're running.
Dunk it.
Moves it up there for Harrell.
Woo!
Slams it in.
And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here.
About Montrezl Harrell and the type of energy and effort that he brought last year to this team to help solidify, I guess, most of the culture piece of what Steve Ballmer wants this franchise to be about. That's playing hard, playing with energy, and having some enthusiasm for the competition. Montrezl Harrell wraps all those things up pretty nicely in the way he plays.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Jermichael Green comes in for George. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Williams. And then for the Lakers, DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Contavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Green. And Cook subbed in for Rajon Rondo.
All right.
And he knocks down the first one. And Montrezl Harrell, Brent, beloved in the locker room.
Well, he's beloved because when you go out on the floor with him,
Okay, we
you get a guy who is incredibly competitive, passionate, knows his role, and plays with a physical presence that he doesn't shy away from anybody that's on the floor. That's infectious.
I often hear about players talk about their favorite spot to fire from on the floor. How much of an effect does that really have? A favorite shooting spot?
Most of the time, Kevin, what you're talking about is star guys, because they're the ones who ultimately in any given possession, the coach is trying to find that guy in that spot to do something. What happens throughout the course of a year is when that player has the ball there, everybody else knows what to do.
Right.
Like the player knows what he's going to do, right, Kevin? Because he's the star player. But everybody around gets comfortable with the options and where it is that he goes. If he goes right, if I slide right, I'm going to get the 3. If he goes left, he's spinning back. I might move towards the top of the key. So the familiarity of not just the player, but the players around the player. That's where you can make it happen.
That's interesting. Now, here's Caldwell-Pope.
I'm not playing 2K20.
So the wing on the left.
I thought I was playing 2K20.
Here's Cousins. Green with the rebound.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Yeah.
Leonard against LeBron. Now, here's Leonard. He's guarded closely. Shamet. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverly trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
30.
Here is Cook, defended by Beverly. Sweet little floater.
Beverly showing off a little bit of a teardrop. Didn't know he had that.
Lakers have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock.
Someone has to make the buzzer, please.
The And there's the pass to Cook. He feeds it to Davis. And it's Davis with the jam.
Nice dunk,
And that's
dude.
rocking the rim. Give him the 2 points and tacked on some for style.
Oh, he deserves them. He deserves all the points he can get there. Sensation. And Davis sends it back. It's all tied here in Los Angeles. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break.
Give it a dislike. Dislike this video, please.
Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine. So